And that ought to do it. It's very tricky. We're live. Should be good to go. Do you like it? Oh, there's a notification. I gotta turn my volume off. Folks, we are gonna get this thing started. I cannot even believe what we're about to share with you this evening. Maybe some of you know. We actually have a connection with these folks. So that's also interesting. And we're also talk about some other strange things that are happening.
Hi, Sherry and Daniel and
Hi, Sherry.
Carmen and Desiree,
and
Brittany, our off-grid life, Richard, the Beatles, Walterman, hello, Florida Garden Girl, hi, Darlene and Hippie Gal, Kelly and CJ and Frank and the Maximum Minimalist.
Man, just going
all
through the list.
Here.
Hit that thumbs up. I know you didn't.
Do it now or you forget.
Can barely get my own wife to hit the thumbs up. Come on.
Did I do it?
All right.
I did it already. I was the first one.
No, I already did it.
No, I was the first one.
No, I beat you there. All right. Man, this is crazy, y'all. All right. Let's wait for some folks to show up. Please hit that thumbs up on the way in so everybody knows that we are live. Do you have any tea in here in our packaging? No? None in the back room? Dang it.
Probably in here. In there, maybe.
No, you don't.
I think I have hibiscus.
Where's it?
I think
I have it.
It'll be in here.
3, 2. Oh, no.
It's in here. We have to move everything because of the table. Yes. Claudine says I was the first one. She saw me.
No. I'm just trying to see. Can you see that? What's it say? Hold on. I'll wait for it to show up on camera.
What are you showing?
It says Dell, and you can read it perfect. Look at that. So we're batting 100 on the camera. We made some adjustments on our end, but we are getting it done. Y'all, we're hoping you're staying vigilant. Don't get fat and sassy because you think Trump's going to save you. Stay on your preps. Keep everything up. Get up on your skills. We had a great time at the Homesteading Life Conference. Man, that was some good stuff. Got some great feedback for the next conference. I'm already working on a really good, as a matter of fact, an excellent speaker for next year. And don't forget, Stacy has her women's conference if you guys want to get together and, learn about health and nutrition for the ladies. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we're
waiting for folks to show up.
Yeah, we're trying to get all that organized and all that, but I have some really good ideas where we're going to kind of deep dive, because a lot of times when you go and you just do a topic for an hour, you really can't get into the meat and potatoes, and a lot of people have a lot of questions. So we're going to really deep dive into like all aspects of like your health and nutrition and your emotional health and just everything about a woman. I mean, it should just be like an amazing event. And I have a lot of really great people that are surround me that it's going to be like a life-changing event.
Ooh,
yeah, it should be really
bring
cool.
Your tissues.
And great
You're going to be
food.
crying. Yes, all the food is provided for the event. Only thing that you have to take care of is your lodging. If you want to camp out, that will be provided. If you have an RV, you can bring it. Maybe you'll have hookups, but probably dry camping, but maybe you'll have hookups. So if you're doing that, that's fine. Otherwise, you can get a spot down at the Bowling Green Super 8, which is a pretty nice hotel for our little one.
And a lot of people stay at Hannibal, too.
And a lot of people stay at Hannibal as well. So we hope to see you there at her conference. And then we are going to talk about what is going on. What's going on? First of all, are you guys using the Postal Service, on a regular, and you probably have been for years and years and years, but now all of a sudden maybe your bills are not showing up on time and you're getting late fees and all this kind of nonsense?
It's happening to lots of people.
Leave it in the comments. Let us know if it's happened to you. Are you getting a lot of late fee notices, getting charged a lot of late fees, or some kind of theories behind that? I just want to see the general hit on it right now. And then we're going to talk about this other thing that's affecting these farmers. And we actually have a connection with this that's going on. We're going to talk about that here in just a little bit. Yes. Very interesting that the all of a sudden your bills can't make it to somewhere in 2 days or 3 days like it used to.
It's just taking 3 weeks for a month. Sometimes it doesn't get there.
Yes. Char says no. lots of late mail, your credit card bill every 2 weeks, and you'll never get a late fee. Yeah. But we're just talking about basically, getting your mail and sending mail and getting notices saying that they hadn't received your payment in time. And just like, you're saying you sent something and it's like, wow, it hasn't even showed up here yet. Or maybe you send something and maybe you like live in Oklahoma and maybe you send it to Missouri, but it goes from Oklahoma to Georgia to Delaware
To Hawaii.
to Hawaii, yeah, then back to Illinois, and then down to Missouri, right? So just leave a comment if anything's happening like that. And then we're going to get on with it. You can't make this stuff up. Actually, you can't. And we actually have a friend of ours, a good friend of ours, who worked for the Postal Service, actually retired out, and he was going to stay working there several more years because he's like, doesn't want to stop working, feels good. And the DEI stuff and everything got so crazy in St. Louis. He would just said, man, I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here.
And it was just crazy, just the way no one's working.
And he's a good working dude that they just lost out on just because it's so crazy. So that gives you a little bit of slicey-picey of what's going on. Amazon always gets their delivery there on time. That's right. But no, they used to do like 1 day stuff, and now it's like 2 day, 3 day stuff. It's like the Dollar Tree used to be $1, now it's like $3, $5.
$1.25 now.
Yeah, everything's getting jerked around.
A lot of people got money taken out. Like when for birthday presents or something, you send money. A lot of people had money taken out.
Oh, really? They actually had their mail gone through and the money stripped. Ooh, that's good to know. Very interesting. Very interesting. It's my personal opinion that they're trying to get the late fees going for us because then that way we'll switch over to the automatic debit stuff. And then that way they digitize us because they're getting this digital currency stuff is coming, y'all. I don't even know what to tell you.
Yeah, Grave Society says it happens every day. My husband has to send the bills out as soon as they get them.
I know, you know what I mean? And then they still barely get them on time.
They don't want you to use the mail anymore.
Yeah, they want you to on this digital stuff.
Milkweed Farm says they had ringing in their ears and checked the electric meter, and guess what? They put up a smart meter.
Oh, and guess what? You better get a cage for it or get them to come take it off and tell them you opt out. You never even were asked if you could have it out of my house. All right. Holy guacamole. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get into this story, y'all. I know a lot of people like to get here, hit that thumbs up, and then hear what's going on. They like to dip in and dip out. So we're 7 minutes in. And we're talking about 12,000 chicks that were found abandoned by the United States Postal Service.
12,000.
For 3 days. That's basically their lifespan. If you know anything about shipping chicks, about 3 days is their lifespan. They can be separated from their mother without food and water.
Well, it's because they're still living on the yolk right when they're hatched. So these are newly hatched chicks. So they put them out right when they're hatched, and they got like a day or two to get there. Otherwise, they're going to die because they do need food and water.
And they need heat. Mama keeps them warm, or you get them and you put them by your wood stove. You never use a heat lamp because Doug and Stacy taught you better. Or you wait a little bit so you get them when it's a little warmer. So then you can just put them in an insulated area, and they'll be fine in a kiddie pool or something. Now, this story actually has a strange connection with Doug and Stacy because we were some of the first people to talk about the Freedom Ranger birds. And this is the Freedom Ranger hatchery out of Pennsylvania. It's a very nice Mennonite family, and they don't really vaccinate and stuff. So I also found that very interesting. It's my own little interesting tidbit that I know of. And I just want to tell you guys a little bit about the story of the Delaware Animal Shelter is working to find new homes for thousands of chicks that were left abandoned on the U.S. Postal Service trucks for 3 days. The Delaware Department of Agriculture said it received a call earlier this month from USPS saying the Postal Service has an undeliverable box of baby birds. About 12,000 chicks have been shipped from the Pennsylvania-based Freedom Ranger hatchery to farms across the country. Now, a lot of us know that we have to wait for the birds. They just don't have them laying around everywhere. It's a process.
Yeah, you order them. You have your time. They're going to be delivered. They know they're sent to the people who have bought them. People pay for the postage, all that kind of stuff. Yep. Right.
Round one, round two, round three, all the birds are spoken for. So you're counting on that as being your family and your farm and your homestead's meat for the year.
Sure.
Okay.
And then you're going to have these birds also to get you through winter, because these are going to be pullet
Sure, food for the year,
in the
yeah.
winter months. These birds will be laying. So yeah, I mean, it's just kind of crazy. 12,000, that's like a big mistake.
Just hanging out. Man, oh man, 4,000 of them were unalived, okay? The 8,000 that did survive were taken to the first state animal shelter in Delaware, Camden, and were put up for adoption on May 13th. The shelter said in a social media post. Okay? The Freedom Ranger Hatchery says it hasn't gotten a clear answer from the United States Postal Service about the situation. The shelter did not respond to NPR's. This is NPR. There are several people that reported about this, emails or phone calls, but the Associated Press reports only a few hundred chicks have been adopted. Freedom Ranger Hatchery told the AP it cannot take the chicks back due to a biosecurity concern. In an email to NPR, the hatchery said that it was routine shipment that never reached its destination due to a USPS error. This loss has compounding effects with many small family farms across America that were counting on these birds, the hatchery said. Boxes of live poultry must be properly ventilated or properly constructed for strength and to bear safe transport in the mail. And they do all that stuff, and they have to be delivered within 72 hours. They also go on to mention, I found in another thing, that it was a variety of type of birds. It was some egg layers, some guineas, some ducks, and then a lot of the Freedom Ranger meat birds that feed our family homesteads and whatnot. And that's not only story that has been out there about this year, people having trouble getting their chicks through the United States Postal Service. All right. What does copper do for your garden? Ayurvedic rumors have it that there is energy in the air. It helps pull more energy out of the air and into the ground at the roots of your plant, which in turn gives it a more robust grow. And we've seen it work. But some people poo-poo it. So,
well, a lot of people, you can do, a lot with electroculture, you get a stick off your property and you can wrap the wire up, copper wire up there, put it in the ground.
All right.
And basically just try it. I mean, I can tell you countless people, there's parts of trees that have died. They put it on the side that the tree is dying. The tree comes back to life. Where you have your copper sticks in the garden, things grow better. I find where I put the stick, especially if I have potatoes, the potatoes all it's like a magnet. It draws them all closer and they're huge all around it. My beds that have them in it do better than the beds that don't have it in it. This is just me personally, but I can tell you countless amounts of people who've had a lot of success. You can do little ones in your house plants. They have copper on top of the buildings. They were extracting energy from.
Yeah. We also sell copper cups. It's known to help you with your digestion and all this stuff. Now, listen, this is also just a kind of a nudge for all you folks out there, especially if you're homesteading or you want to homestead, you want to grow your own food. But these are just simple little nudges that are just kind of showing you that, they can easily cause problems for you. Okay. Now there's another story too, coming out of Canada, 400 healthy ostriches to die at the hands of the Canadian government.
That's
okay.
terrible.
Now they came
disgusting.
in like in November or some stuff like last year and tested them with this phony PCR test and said, no, yeah, we got to kill them all. They tried to take them to court. They're trying to keep their animals alive. All these animals are healthy and standing there. I'm going to show you guys this clip.
This is really sad if you guys haven't seen this.
And they're saying, no, we just got to euthanize them just because. I mean, this is the clown world that we're living in. And just another reminder that we either have to resist or cease to exist. All right, here we go. Try to get this volume up for you guys. This is serious business.
Hi, everyone. This is Karen at the ostrich farm. The day came, we never thought we'd have this happen. If we ever needed anybody's help, it's today. See all these guys behind me? See these beautiful, majestic birds? You see this? These are our pets. This is what CFIA says that they're going to come. They've been approved 1 to 4 days to come kill them. We've taken years to be able to pet these guys, walk amongst these guys. We love these guys. They're all happy and healthy. If we don't stand for this and we don't pull together and we don't save all of these beautiful, happy, healthy animals, then what kind of world have we become?
Come on.
If I've ever asked for anything, we're asking for an SOS, and we need people to come to our farm today to stand up and do something. They say they're coming in 1 to 4 days. I'm supposed to be ready for bodies. You guys, please, if we've ever pleaded, we're asking now for everybody to be that one voice. We can make the change. We just have to do it together. We can't let them do this. Please come to the farm. 301 Langell Road. Come surround the farm. Don't let them do this to these beautiful animals. Hi.
What happened with the Canadian ostrich farm? Right now, I don't know. That was just the other day. They said they were coming. Current stats, the CFA has stated it will proceed with the depopulation.
That's in BC.
Yeah, that's in British Columbia, y'all. So that's the news that's tightening around us as, you know, we are squabbling over some other things and,
Basically, just
watching all the political theater. And I just want you guys to be aware of what's going on out there, right? So, and plus, don't forget how many of the processing plants and birds have they culled over the last couple of years. We have to keep that in mind, right? So let's just don't forget to keep all this stuff on our minds, okay? Man, I felt that woman's pain. Oh, my word.
And that's not the only one. I mean, it's just really kind of sad. Really,
we're
it
armed
is.
here in America, and it's going to be a cold day in hell before somebody just tells me they're going to come on here and wipe out my sheep and stuff. I'm just here to tell y'all. Y'all will be seeing me on TV. They'll be talking about this crazy old dude who looked like he was Amish. Y'all will be like, that was Doug. He is so crazy.
So Cindy says, any advice on how to naturally keep animals from eating fruit trees? So what you need to do is get your T-posts, right? Explain this. And that, to protect your fruit trees.
Yeah, just get some T-posts and some chicken wire. Just create a little box around your T-post, around your tree, and then wrap your chicken wire around that, and then just leave that up there for a while. Oh my gosh, y'all. It's gotta, it's crazy out here. And I know a lot of people are complacent because Trump's president, and I hope that's not the case for most of y'all watching here. You know what I mean? And, man, I can't even believe it. Like, that is just heartbreaking. And all those little birds and stuff, their fate is not very good in the hands of, the system. Phew. Well, if you guys haven't been here in a while, Stacy and I added some more medicinal teas to the lineup. And when you come to the Homesteading Live Conference, the Women's Conference, we'll have some samples for you guys. We'll be giving you guys some teas and stuff like that because the Missouri Tea Company helps sponsor the event. Oh, man, let me see here. Let me get this for you. It's hibiscus tea is our latest one. It's very good on the cold.
Yeah, cold iced tea.
But unfortunately, it's almost June and we're out here freezing. You could actually wear a jacket right now.
I mean, it's crazy. Just crazy. And then right now we have a bird's nest that went right at the top of our stove at the pipe, the very top. And so we have to get to the top and get it out. So I can't have a fire right now.
Yeah, because I switched our roof over. to the metal roof now, and I can't get up there.
Yeah, otherwise
I
it'll be
go
like
sliding
an
down
ice
there.
skates.
When I had the shingle roof, I could get up there. So I got to get one of those basket things, get me up there. And hot tip for you, then wrap some chicken wire around it. So chicken wire is handy on the Homestead. I'm going to wrap chicken wire around that so the birds can't get in there, but the smoke can get out. All right. That's the plan, Stan. And here is the new tea. We also are flush on the stitches. Y'all should keep this stuff in your preps because this medicinal tea is good for you. Hibiscus tea has loaded with vitamin C, and it's also a hydrator, so it's great for summertime.
Yeah, it's an ultra hydrator.
And we have some orange in it.
Yeah, there's organic orange peels in there. It's good for your blood vessels, and helps with blood pressure. And people just love it. I love it. It's a beautiful tea. It makes a lovely iced tea. You don't have to heat it up or anything. You can just put it in a glass jar. Like if you had, here, I have a gallon jar. So you could just put, a few teaspoons in there, fill it up with some cold water, let it sit on the counter for a half hour or so, and then it's going to turn like this hot pink color. And then if you want to sweeten it, you can, or I like to just drink it like that. It's real refreshing. And then if you want it stronger or not so strong, you just decide how you like the flavor, and then you can just do it. And it's great over ice. Serve it with a lemon, serve it with some orange pieces, put some berries in it, and it looks beautiful.
It is loose leaf tea. We have all loose leaf tea. And we also have a stainless steel tea ball if you'd like to have that. And if you do get some tea bags out there, we're going to
start carrying the unbleached tea bags.
Make sure you get unbleached tea bags.
Yeah, we're going to start getting those soon, right?
Mary Jones got her sun oven.
Yay.
Eminent domain, forcing people off their land for private electric. They actually were pulling that stuff in Missouri, y'all, in case you didn't know, for this Grain Belt Express lie baloney. And Josh Hawley and the boys actually ended up stopping that. So they can't do that anymore in Missouri, but they did take some farms before that, and they were all about it. I did videos on it back in the day. Now it's been 2 years we've been talking about this stuff, and the whole thing is still full steam ahead, okay? Full steam ahead. And they're spraying like crazy. Man, if you guys really knew the real reason why they were spraying, you would, I don't even know if you could grasp it. It's crazy like that. I fermented cabbage, and it was slimy on the top and stunk.
Oh, maybe maybe there was something icky in the jar, maybe something icky in the cabbage, possibly. Once in a while, you'll get that. That might happen. Maybe you didn't have enough salt in it, possibly. Yeah, that could happen sometimes. What I do with the sauerkraut, make sure you watch it. Like I'll have it nearby that I look at it every day. It's sort of like you have to babysit it. So you're just going to watch it and just see, is there anything growing on it? Does it look okay? Is there water covering the top? Make sure all that is all good. Was the pot that you put on top or whatever you weighted it down, is that pushed everything down below the liquid? Just little things like that. But once in a while, it may not work out, but generally, majority of the time, it should work out.
Our roof is a 12-12 pitch.
It's like that.
Most roofs are like a 4-12 or something like that. That's kind of, you can walk on that pretty good. Ours is a 12-12. It was even a challenge with the sand up there.
Oh, you should have seen, you have to rig up this whole little thing to get up there and do stuff on it.
I get up there, but not now. I tried to get up there today, and it was like, nope. So I got to get me one of those dealios. Okay, and then a lot of people are saying how cool it is outside, okay? And I want to let you guys know that while they have you focused on global warming, that they're actually trying to cool us, so that throws off the planting. They've done this before. Go look it up. I should do the video about it. And then it throws off all the crops, which causes the food at the stores to be a problem, and then we run into this whole tailspin, okay? So just keep your eyes on these temperatures. We're rolling into June here in the Midwest. Usually it's a little bit warmer than this. And we do have some sun issues, like not seeing it. Let us know in the comments about you guys.
So Claudine says that she's growing a tea garden with lemon balm and stevia and peppermint and spearmint and chamomile. Anything else you would suggest I grow? I would grow holy basil or tulsi. So if you can get some seeds, you can go to So Right Seeds. They have the holy basil, but I would plant them. You still have plenty of time. Basil likes it hot. Go ahead and plant it. It's a gorgeous plant. I talk about it all the time. It smells heavenly. You don't ever have to prune it or anything. It'll have flowers all summer. You have bees and butterflies and everything all over it. And that's a beautiful tea. It's a great adaptogen, great to calm your nerves. It's good for your nervous system. I really do like the holy basil. But honestly, just regular basil tastes good in a tea. Also, I love Thai basil. That makes a nice tea. And then a lot of the things that you have wild, like I've been doing a lot with making, my big thing now is.
If you planted your sweet potato slips, maybe it wasn't warm enough yet. So
Yeah, it's got to
why they
be,
didn't say.
60, 65
Yeah,
degrees.
we don't even have ours in yet.
No way, it's way too cold.
And we don't sell nibs, so I don't know what you're talking about.
The cacao nibs.
No, I know. It's truly Lynn trying to be smarty pants.
Oh. So I've been doing a lot with doing wild herb sodas. So like in here, I have wisteria flowers with spearmint mixed in here. And all I'm doing, it's so simple. I'm putting some honey in there, you know, maybe like a cup and a half of honey, a cup and a half of honey in this. And then I stir it up in some, you know, filtered water. And then I put the flowers in there with the herbs and I stir it up and I'm just letting it with a cloth over it sit for a week. And then I'm bottling it and I'm making this herb soda and it tastes delicious. So any of the herbs, I've done peppermint, I've done the spearmint. You can do any mint that you have. It makes it incredible. Just put it with the flower. If you have wild roses, regular roses, I wouldn't do knockout roses though, because there really isn't much to those. They don't really smell or anything. You can do lilacs, you could do red buds when they were in season earlier, but any edible flowers, marigolds. So do a flower and an herb and you can make this beautiful herb soda and then you put it in little bottles. And if you want it, you can do it sort of like kombucha if you're familiar with kombucha. So once you bottle it, if you want to put a little bit of juice in there, or if you want to put a little shot of maple syrup, if you want it sweeter, it just depends, but it's real refreshing. So this is like my new little go-to. I'm going to probably take a little break off of maybe as much kombucha and I'm going to do my wild herb sodas. So this is my new little favorite thing I've been doing. So you could do a lot with the drinks.
Hey, Cajun Bordeaux, that's hot in Louisiana and all down there right along the Gulf Coast because they're actually blasting you with the radar. I can show it to you, man. It is so crazy to watch this stuff real time, y'all. They're blasting the whole Gulf Coast right now with radar. There's actually reports of people in Florida saying they don't feel good, they feel dizzy, they're nauseous. A lot of this health reports going on, and we're watching this real time on the radar. That's what's crazy about it. We're watching them bust up the clouds so you're not getting any rain, right? Like you're missing some rain. And then we're watching them blast those radars across the way, controlling and bouncing these storms around. It is really something to watch now that we have these modern devices and everything. Before we were just all clueless and the weather just told us whatever it was and we just bought into it. All right, and if you that chocolate mint tea, I saw you, Bae. What was it? What was her name? Oh, B.A. Best. Yep, this is the link for all the teas that we have. They're all medicinal. Plus, we have the chocolate tea, which is actually has theobromine in it, and the mint's good for you too. And there's the link right there.
Yeah, chocolate does have a lot of health benefits.
Yes.
And you're getting a little magnesium, and it's good stuff.
Yes, too hot, very little rain, because they're busting it up in Florida. Yep. No caffeine in the tea.
You'll get the same benefits of caffeine. You know, it'll make you feel good, give you energy. Some people do drink it at night before they go to bed, but if you're sensitive, like some people might be more sensitive to chocolate, so maybe you wouldn't drink that at night. Like if I would do it, I definitely do it in the morning. You could do it at night and he'd probably be fine going to bed.
But I like it first thing in the morning.
Yeah, but he drinks it in the morning. And just let it steep and put a little maple syrup in it. It's so good.
Pamela, Stacy will tell you how you can preserve a kombucha SCOBY if you want to take a break.
Oh, I just keep them in a jar. Like if you have a bunch of them, you could stick them in a bottle like this.
A jar, glass jar.
Yeah, or glass jar, half gallon or whatever, however big it is, your SCOBY. And I just put a little bit of the juice on it. I put a lid on it. I stick it in the corner. Don't forget about it. I mean, I've kept mine for months and months and months and months. Do not put it in the refrigerator.
And don't let it get dried out.
And yeah, watch it. And then you might want to put a little bit of, you can, if you're going to make it again, just see, maybe you have to make it again. I just put enough in there that I don't have to worry about that, because if you put the lid on, it will last quite a long time. It'll last many months, because I've done it many times. So don't just put it in there with the scobies, otherwise they'll dry out. So just make sure you have a little juice on it. And I know if you're in a pinch and you don't know what to do, even though they are a little different in bacteria, if you don't want to lose it all, I know some people, if it starts to get icky, they'll put a little apple cider vinegar on it. That's going to be different. It might take you a little bit more to get it jump started again, to get you back to the kombucha SCOBY, but that can be done. Or if you could go to a Whole Foods or something and get a thing of kombucha. I did a video on how to make a kombucha SCOBY from the store-bought kombucha that you buy, but it has to be the pure one. And the only one that I've seen make that is GT's kombucha, which is pure, P-U-R-E. And it's just the pure one that doesn't have any flavorings in it or anything.
Tracy just asked, and this is hilarious, do you make vinegar for cleaning?
You want to hear? I'm going to tell the story.
I know, it's just so funny. It's funny you should ask.
So I had the little Amish girl come over here last week, and I had her help me because I had a, wash. I did the walls. She just kind of helped me clean. I needed a little helper. So she helped me. We were cleaning the walls. I was cleaning the ceiling. We were giving it like a deep, because I didn't last year. Normally once a year I do, because we got the wood burning stove. I try to clean it good, but last year I didn't do it. So we did it, and she was in here, and I have a whole bunch of things here on the counter. I have all these jars with, things on them and all this. And she's like, what's that? What's that? And she's asking me all these questions. And I said, that's vinegar. And she says to me, you can make vinegar? And I'm like, yeah, it's so easy. And I was explaining to her. And last week we talked about vinegar in our live show. So I said, yeah. She goes, those look like raisins. I said, they're raisins. They were old raisins that I have, were kind of hard. She goes, I have some too. So I said, you should make your own vinegar. And I told her all the things we can do with vinegar. So she was all excited. It was so funny. We had like a little class. And then I had bentonite clay out too. And she wanted to know about the bentonite clay. She saw the stitches and all the stuff. And then so she went home. She called me today. And she's like, oh my gosh, she had these sores in her mouth. And she said she made the toothpaste with the bentonite clay, and she brushed her teeth, and they went away. The sores in her mouth went away immediately. She says it's the best toothpaste she's ever used. She's been giving herself a facial with it. Her skin feels really good, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. Her little baby had a little diaper rash. She put it on, but the bentonite clay, and it was just kind of funny. So she's like all sold on the bentonite clay, and now she's making vinegar. And then actually my herb soda, she really loves that. She called me today and wanted to know, exactly how to do it, how much sugar to put in. And so now she's doing all that. So it's kind of neat. So for you guys, if you start doing some of these things and people just come over, because people don't like you to say, you should do this because it's healthy for you, or you should just do this because you don't have to go buy it at the store, be a little more self-sufficient. Just people see what you're doing, and they learn from just, watching you. And when they ask questions, then you can go ahead and tell them what's up. And then that way you'll inspire somebody else. So now she's going to do it. She's got a ton of sisters. They're all married. They all have babies. They all want to start getting healthier because they're seeing what's happening to the Amish too. So then this is going to kind of hopefully lead into other things, and they're trying to get healthier and healthier. So I thought that was totally awesome. I love it. So you guys keep doing what you're doing, and people will see it, and then it'll just keep, going and going. And then that way all of us can be much more self-sufficient.
Yeah, the smartphones are the death of them. Amish have smartphones snuck in their pockets. All right, so somebody was asking about the radar. Here you go, okay? These live shows are lit. We have all kinds of information in them.
This is huge.
Huge.
This is a massive story. Record this, download this. This is a potentially dangerous story for me to share, but you need to see this because we need answers. I am happy, healthy, and not prone to accidents, just saying. For context, I do a radar and satellite review show on my website every single day. So when I tell you this is freaking weird, I know what freaking weird is. As I was reviewing radar data, I spotted an anomaly in Florida. It appears that a wave was emanating from each tower, which was subsequently pushing the cloud cover and precipitation outward. That alone shouldn't happen. The mainstream narrative is that these towers only track systems, but here we have clouds and rain being moved in a perfect circular outward fashion at the exact same speeds near each tower. And look at this area. When the clouds collide in the middle between two separate waves from two separate towers. Then as I looked along the Gulf coastline, this is where things got even more crazy. All the towers along the coastline are doing the exact same thing at the exact same times. Texas, Louisiana. I mean, look at Louisiana. The wave is emanating outward to the point where the clouds and precipitation spreads out equally in all directions and is then eliminated. In fact, even more strange is at every area of precipitation near the towers along the Gulf and Atlantic coastline disappears simultaneously. And that's not even the craziest frickin' part. The craziest frickin' part is the time code for when these waves occurred, about 1940 UTC. These areas felt seismic activity. The local news reported it as an earthquake at a 3.1 magnitude.
Well, at about 2:41 this afternoon, apparently there was an earthquake out about 10 miles deep in the Gulf, 70 miles south of Gulf Shores.
A rare event in this area. You heard me right. The moment we saw these waves around these towers, they reported that there was an earthquake. Here's the thing though. Earthquakes don't impact the atmosphere. It can't move clouds. It certainly wouldn't move clouds in perfect circular waves emitting outward from each and every tower along the entire Gulf coastline up to the Carolinas on the Atlantic coast. And I'm still trying to figure out, is this emanating from the towers themselves? Or is there something working with them in the ocean? So I looked a little further to see what I could find in the cloud cover in the Gulf around the time of the supposed earthquake. And I found this. What is moving these clouds out there like that? What are you guys doing? This.
Oh yeah. Love the internet. And we've talked about that before, into thin air on X and everything. A lot of people are sitting around watching this Duchesne. Follow all these guys, and they're very serious about this stuff. We're not making this stuff up, right? And that's a part of the spraying has to do with that. They're using the radars to help control and push these things. You can look up for yourself that they have patents on tornadoes, patents on hurricanes, how to make them, how to control them. Presidents way back in the day said, we control the weather, we control the world. You know what I mean? Like, this is not, fake.
Oh, Old Dominion Homestead wants to know about Asian jumping worms.
Wow.
In their garden. So they got there by something you probably were using, if you got some dirt from somewhere maybe, or mulch or whatever. So just be careful. Inspect
from China.
Stuff. Yeah. But generally, just like with those the tomato worms that you get little with the horn on them, the tomato hornworms, the best way to get rid of those things, any kind of worm, is just you're going to have to hand pick them. I know some people you could sprinkle some diatomaceous earth around there in the soil and kind of put it in the soil around there. As well as if you got them pretty bad, I know a lot of people put like bags around, like plastic pieces around it. You could cut it. They sometimes use like little bags from Walmart or wherever, the plastic bags around there, and let the sun beat on them, and that can kill them in that immediate area. If you have a lot of them, you might need a lot more plastic. But DE works really good, and hand picking, that's usually what I do with a lot of stuff. I've never had those kind of worms before, but I know you might have to do that. So sorry about that, Old Dominion, because I know it can be a problem. Is everyone having fun with their hummingbirds this year? I just love them. They're out there buzzing around. They're eating so much. I think it's so cold, they're not able to get out. What do you think?
They're hungry.
I've been going through like a gallon of stuff every couple days. Normally it's not this bad till like the heat of summer. Yeah.
Uncensored Daily Radar.
That's where she's from?
That's what it says, I think. Uncensored daily radar. What's that say at the top there?
Oh my God. Amanda Masters?
Amanda Masters.
No, Ariana? Wait,
Ariana Masters. Somebody Masters. Could be Masters. I can't blow it up to read it.
I think it's Ariana Masters.
But there you go. You can go check her out wherever she's at. But I mean, into thin air. A lot of people are doing that stuff, covering that for you. I just happened to fall across her today, and she was showing that. And Stacy and I literally got, I mean, we never really talked about it. I mean, we told you guys that we were down there during that fog and everything that was gripping. It gripped from all the way up here in Missouri, all the way down to Florida. It stayed down there while we were there. We only had like 2 days where it wasn't on us. And literally, we didn't feel good. Stacy didn't feel good after that. I got some kind of a skin thing, and we can't pinpoint if it was that or not, so I didn't want to say anything about it. Then all of a sudden, Health Ranger came out because Tenpenny had given him a sample of the fog, and then he put it in a petri dish with some saline and blah, blah, and this thing started morphing and acting crazy, and whatever it was doing, I mean, it was so nutso. I never really talked about it or anything. Oh, my word. This is like what they call like a silent war. Like you don't even know what's going on, but that's happening all in your face.
So I was saying you have to do so much to prepare yourself, you know.
Yeah, she was saying that today. We have to work extra hard now just to stay healthy. You know what I mean?
And I was going to talk about, since today I know is Memorial Day, I think I'm going to wait until June, next week's June, right?
Yes.
And that'll be our kind of what we're going to do, devote June to
health.
Yeah. So I'm going to talk about homeopathy. I'm going to talk about really good ways to detoxify. Like Doug and I have been very strict about a lot of the stuff because we spend a lot of time outside. Needless to say, even though if they're spraying, getting outside and getting the sun is still very important, you know, really important. I would spend time outside more than, you know, wanting to be inside because of the lights and everything going on. So we're going to really delve into our health a lot more. So June is going to be our health month, and trying to get ourselves back and try to get ourselves healthy. And even if you're not healthy and you just start doing a couple of these things that we might talk about or do, it'll help you out. If you already are doing pretty good, maybe we'll give you some other ideas that will help you to go to the next level.
Dang, Doug, it was Dr. Ruby, not Tenpenny. Shame on you.
Oh, yeah,
I apologize.
Right. Yeah, it was Jane Ruby.
You'll always get me corrected. That's what I like about it. So, yeah, healthy month next month. We're going to be talking about that. A lot of ways that you can do things. Structured water is a very big thing you guys should look into. TMH. What is it?
TMHW.
.net.
Yeah.
TMHW.net. Look up what she says about structured water. It does a body good. That's all we can say, or we might get canceled. Stacy, did you grow the new herbs this year? Any new herbs?
Did I grow any new ones?
Mm-hmm.
No, I still have my same old herbs that I usually use. I mean, I got a lot of them. I mean, I got oregano and sage. You know, a lot of them, you know, they've come back year after year after year. You know, and I have all my different kinds of basils, holy basil, Thai basil, regular Genovese basil. I've done the lemon basil. I mean, I love different kinds of basils. Borage, lemon balm. I got all the mints. I mean, lots of them that I use for teas and things. And there's a lot of stuff that it's just out there wild. You know, like in the spring, you had your violets and, but like for herbs, I'm just trying to think. Well, comfrey and I don't have any new ones really.
Well, we have a pretty good selection of.
Yeah, I have quite a few.
Y'all, we have to start taking care of ourselves because everything they're trying to feed you is BS. They're lying to your face and they know it. These doctors go to school, they only regurgitate what Big Pharma taught them to do. It's all the Rockefeller, Rothschilds, bull crap, scam. Everyone should be woke up to this lie by now.
Yeah, we really, you know, it's very important that we learn to start being able to take care of ourselves, to learn how to grow something. Let's say you've been watching a lot of these channels, you're watching us, you're doing this, and you're just thinking, yeah, I need to do it, and you're not doing it. Maybe do something, you know, grow something on your pot on your deck, you know, whether it's some lettuce with
grow
some
pot
herbs.
on your deck.
growing a pot on your
Make
back.
sure you check your local laws.
Yeah. So, I mean, just all these things just to know, to be able to take care of yourself. No, do you have a alternating, like a water source? What happens if, you don't have water? What if your toilet doesn't work? Some of these things that we've been talking about, just know, and then know how to take care of yourself. So, and the big thing for us is we just need to make sure that your body is detoxified, it's clean, you're putting good things in it. If you're eating it out at fast food restaurants all the time, that's not a good way to start with your health. So just start looking, see what you're putting in your mouth. Are you getting out, getting movement? Are you getting sunshine? And we're going to kind of talk, and every week I think that we're going to talk about a specific topic. So next week we're going to talk about one, because most of us are very low in minerals. And because of that can cause a whole host of chronic issues, sicknesses, things like that. So we're going to kind of go over that and kind of one simple thing that you can probably do that could help tremendously. So we'll talk about that next week. So next week will be kind of a focus on your health. Oh, that was a show. Who was it? Focus on your health.
That was focus on the family.
On the family? Well, we're going to focus on our health in the month of June here on Off Grid with Doug and Stacy.
And yes, we have mullein tea, which is good for your respiratory health, y'all. If you get the mullein tea, it's wild crafted, hand picked. We have the dandelion tea and root, all organic, great for you stuff. That stuff's really good for you. Stacy can tell you how it's good for you.
Mullein?
No, the dandelion tea.
Oh, it's a great detoxifier for your kidneys. Oh, it's just wonderful. Yes, and then a lot of the stuff,
We have the matcha tea, ceremonial grade.
Yes. Yep. That's really good. The matcha is wonderful. Helps with your energy. Just loaded with antioxidants. It's beautiful and green. When you have green things, it's good, filled with life and chlorophyll. So I know a lot of people love it because you get a good boost of energy with the matcha, but you don't really get the jitters or anything like that. I know a lot of people like it because they'll drink it and then they'll go to the bathroom, like number 2 bathroom. But it's not like you get diarrhea or anything. It's just good, that way too. As well as it just really will wake you up. So if you're having one of those mornings when you're like, oh, just have a little sip of that and it'll really pump you up. And if you're not a coffee drinker or you're trying to get off coffee, and it'll react differently than coffee.
If you guys can see the candles, make sure you get a candle now because they're pulling these blackouts on you. They want you to be scared of the electric. So make sure you got some ways to see around your crib if they get you down. We have some 9-inch candles that burn for days. All of our candles are 100% beeswax, poured ourselves, like we do them all right here. 100% cotton wick, okay? And we ship those out to you guys, and they have very long burn times. They purify the air. Everything that we sell is for your health benefit. That's why we even started.
And they burn a long time. Like the other day, he had one next door. He had it on, lit, and he had it on like all day. And then we came back later on, and it was still on at night. He left it on when we left. And it was burning. I mean, they burn all day. There are really good burning candles, I will say.
For the record, I turned it back on. I always blow it out before we leave.
No, it wasn't because you were gone and I was still here.
Well, you were here, right?
Yeah. So Denise says her arugula, mescaline mix, and radishes are doing surprisingly good despite the lack of sun. Right, mine are too. The weather's been cooler. They like that. So.
Candace, you can order right here. I'm going to put your name, Candace. Candace. Oh my gosh, I hate it when they do that stuff. All right. Candace, here she is. Candace. Here is the link. And you can just click this link and go right to it and scroll down. Stacy wrote some books for you guys so you can have this knowledge at your fingertips if the internet blacks out. I mean, I don't know, y'all. We've been talking for 48 minutes. At the beginning of this, we talked about how 12,000 chicks from Freedom Ranger Hatchery, our friends, our Mennonite friends, okay, that actually is going to hurt their business because they're going to have to figure that out because they're going to have to cover the cost, go to UPS for the claim, all this kind of back and forth. That's going to tie up a lot of funds. Imagine 12,000 chicks tied up. And so those were found in some truck mysteriously after 3 days of being sitting there, kind of like some voter ballots. And we kind of talked about how the UPS, it's kind of a hot mess right now. But they're trying to get better, I would suppose. But they're kind of pushing us into the digital stuff. We also talked about how your mail isn't getting where it's supposed to. Are you getting late fees on your bills? Leave a comment there if you're new to the stream here, you weren't here earlier, and leave a comment if your bill is showing up late and they're trying to ding you for late fees. Trying to get a pulse on that. These are raw optics. We wear them because these are blue lights coming out of our phones and computers. Apple and Google actually patented the blue lights. They could have chose the regular spectrum, but they actually went with the blue lights on purpose. These are raw optics. They help filter out the blue lights. Helps us maintain our circadian rhythm. We don't have a link for you or anything, but these are the ones after we did our homework that we bought for ourselves.
Yeah, because when you look at like the blue lights inside from lights or from the screens, it disrupts your melatonin production, your mitochondrial production, which can lead to hormonal problems. It could lead to so many different things. Your circadian rhythms get messed up because we are meant to be outside, and when we're not in the sun. And over the years, I mean, you look at like when we were kids, we were talking about that today. You were outside, and then you're supposed to come home when the street lights come on. You know what I mean? So you're out all day long. Now everyone's in the house so much longer, and so a lot of people are suffering for so many other ailments. And a lot of this is caused because of what's going on, not getting those UV rays, getting out in the morning sun, afternoon, your evening sun. And just this way, this will help block a lot of those blue lights, cause a lot of issues. So yeah, when we're in here, especially on the computers now, we're wearing these because we're really sensitive because here we don't have a lot going on. Since we are living off grid and we don't have like lights and anything going on here except for these little, like, what do you call these? Those little string lights.
Junk that we're not
Yeah,
going
we
to have
gotta
up
rip
much
those
longer.
off. Yeah, they're gonna be.
Y'all, the LED lights, I'm going to do a video about it coming up, but they're actually messing with your mind, okay? And when I show you this video, you're going to freak out. This is on purpose. Your electric bill did not go down because you went and bought all the LED lights and they mandated that the other lights that were okay for your eyes got replaced. Okay? Now you replaced all your lights. Now you're paying more for your electricity and your eyes and mind are the worse for it. Okay? So you guys should try to get on some natural lighting, some candles, some, oil lamps like we use. Just get off of these LED lights. I promise you.
So wait, where is that? So Sandra says she's been fermenting sauerkraut, and I guess it was about 4 days, and then she bought a fermentation jar and moved it to that. Is it still safe to eat when it's done? Yes, you should be just fine. Make sure you got enough water covering it. I always sprinkle a little salt on top, maybe put a little dab of water on over it, and it should just be fine.
No, we don't really grow mushrooms.
I know. I need to. I like mushrooms, and I want to start adding more. And we tried to get this mushroom guy, but it just didn't work out at the conference. But I want to start doing more here, and I always say that. That's like on my last part of my list I need to do because they're really good for you.
Well, we like the clean heat, KLEAN heat, HEAT for the oil lamps. That's our alternative to the
Do I have it
kerosene.
back here?
KLEAN heat. We're very sensitive to smells and poisons, so we tried to use the kerosene at first when we got out here living like the Amish and everything, and then Stacy was very in tune to it, so we switched over to this clean heat, and it doesn't bother us or anything. And
But usually, honestly, I do a lot of candles now. This is the stuff.
Yeah, it's mostly candles.
Clean heat.
Clean heat. Incandescent bulbs, yeah, if you can find them. Look at that. It says clean heat. You can read it. I love it. Thanks for trying so hard, Doug. You're welcome, guys. We really do care. All right. Hopefully you guys liked the university class on Wednesday night. We made some cottage cheese. We hung out.
We're making sour cream this Wednesday.
Making sour cream
all
this
the other
Wednesday.
things you can think of. Then we have a bunch of stuff we're going to talk about. All the other things you can make out of
With
raw milk.
So that's university.offgridwithdougendstacy.com. It's a separate dealio where we can talk about anything over there because it's our own servers. So you might want to check that out. I'll leave a link for you guys just in case.
Man, listen to those hummingbirds.
I can literally hear
Zoom,
them
zoom,
through the
zoom,
door.
zoom, 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 zoom. I can hear them through the shut door. It's so funny when you see them when they are zoom and they dive bound each other.
Tips for rosacea.
Well, I would check, I definitely would check my diet, make sure, working on my gut, maybe adding some fermented food to my diet, and also structured water. I'm just telling you guys, can save a lot. We had so many testimonies from the conference, from people just drinking it all weekend, people that had suffered chronic headaches, people that had arthritis and bad arthritis, like in their knees and in their body, that they just, in their joints, that they had all the time, that it went away. It's just crazy. So the thing is basically, when you have structured water, you can, your body is able to absorb it. It's like thicker. And generally with like just drinking water from the tap, or, water, the reverse osmosis, it just basically is going through. The cells aren't able to absorb it properly, and you're not getting hydrated. So basically, when you drink structured water, it is nourishing and hydrating the inside of your cells. So a lot of people, and that is so crucial, I think, for your body.
And structured waters in all your vegetables and stuff you eat, watermelons, all the stuff that's grown good. That's why you want it organic, no chemicals, and all that. You get it that way too. Rain, spring water.
And I know some people, the bentonite clay, they'll do the clay masks on there. Might put a little castor oil in with it too when you do the bentonite clay mask. A lot of people have had some help with just the symptoms of that. This is Claudia wants to know, do you put your hummingbird feeders in the sun or in the shade? I just have them in the, you can both. I have both actually, over the overhang, and then I have some out and open.
And yeah, we love DMSO.
Yes. I highly recommend you guys all should, especially if you're suffering pain, DMSO is just amazing. I mean, it's natural. It's natural. You need to go and find Dr. Amanda Vollmer. I've talked about her before. You can go to her website. I always forget what it's called. It's got, let me look at it again. It's like Happy
DMSO.
No, she's got a cute, I always forget the name of it. No. But what I like about her stuff is she does a lot of, like, you can sign up for like webinars and things, and she teaches you all about it. Like, it'll actually, like, you're going to school and you're going to learn. It's a lecture. You're learning about all the uses of DMSO. I just did one the other day and it was amazing. So a lot of them are free. You can join her stuff, or, a lot of them she has for free, and just talks about all the uses for pain and things like that. Where is this?
A lot of this
But
stuff,
her book is called Healing with DMSO. It's a very good book, but it's by Amanda Dawn Vollmer. And let me find it. Where is
you just said it.
No, I want to find the name of her website. It's a good website, and I always forget it.
And a lot of y'all are having problems with your health because your pH is all messed up. You're too acidic and all this kind of other stuff. There was a guy that talked about it back in the day, and they threw his butt in jail. They actually have a sentencing coming up for him tomorrow, or tomorrow. It's ridiculous in America that they actually throw a guy in jail who was helping cancer people beat cancer, and they throw him in jail because he's not doing it the big pharma way.
Yummy Doctor.
Yummy.
That's what
that's where I go to get my information, from Yummy Doctor.
That's what it is. Yummy Doctor.
Oh my word.
So I always find it, but I always forget it. I thought that's kind of funny. So it's Home Holistic Health Education. Great website. Dr. Amanda Vollmer. And you can learn all about DMSO, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh. And just go through and look and find and do some of the lectures on there, and you'll learn a lot about DMSO. So, and she sells it too, and she has the best grade DMSO that you're going to find anywhere. So everyone should have that in your arsenal.
Along with Off Grid with Doug and Stacy's Stitches, the Herbal Stitches blend helps heal up those wounds that you think, maybe I should go get some stitches. And it actually, you pour it in there, it's a dry pack, and it will seal it up. Definitely should have that in your toolbox, in your truck, at your house. Give it to your friends. It's good stuff. And there's Tara posting for the Women's Conference. We hope to see you at Stacy's Women's Conference. Y'all, this is limited seating. I mean, very small group of people get to come. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. Don't think like you're going to wait up to the last minute or something to get your tickets. She sells out, and she's all of her time, her and Tia and all the ladies there give you all their attention, and it's really good stuff. Yes, Stitches seals up cuts. It does. Cheryl even says so.
So these are just from our uses and other people that have told us about it. And you always know, be smart. If it's really bad, like your arm is
pour
hanging
more
off,
on. Don't worry. Pack it in there.
Seek help if you really need it.
Our friends are using it. The Amish are buying it, getting it from us and putting it on their horses. We've had people use it on their dogs.
Yeah.
We use it on humans. I've used it. Stacy's used it. All of y'all use it and send us countless email after email after email, testimony after testimony. There's people leaving comments right now. It works very good. No, I wouldn't use super glue. I would use Herbal Stitches, a blend of herbs, okay? Not some chemicals.
A lot of people have been using that since we've
It
been
has,
kids.
but golly, man. Now you know what you know. That's the other thing. Now that we know what we know, we can't unsee this stuff. Right? Like your government literally just tried to take you out. If you're still here watching the videos, you are the lucky one so far, but they tried to take you out. They gave you a bio jab and know darn well what they did. And they still are having troubles taking it off the market. I mean, it's insane what's going on out here. They're spraying our skies. They're spraying us like bugs. Everyone's talking about it. You can clearly see with your eyes. You just watch those radar blasts moving clouds around, causing effects on the weather. We're seeing Missouri has now had the most tornadoes in the history of tornadoes. Just in this last month. This month right here. So some like 200 tornadoes. Who does that? I've lived here, like, I grew up here. You might get a tornado here and there.
I had one when I was coming home on the school bus in 6th grade.
You do get them. Not 200 of them in 1 month. Okay? So this is for real. But they hide it so you're not paying attention and you think, it's just the weather. They just got sick and died. It's just getting old. How many people do you know say, this is just getting old, and they're only like 60 something and they're falling apart right before your very eyes and they're on all kinds of farming meds. It's hell getting old.
And then I'm going to talk about a book. If some of you guys, I've talked about it before a lot of times. Magnesium is also a crucial, like Doug and we take magnesium every single day. Is one thing that's very important because most of us are low in magnesium because the soil's low in it. If you're going to the grocery store getting food from there, especially from the produce department, and it's traveled so far, that food, is going to be nutrient depleted. So magnesium is huge. But a book by Dr. Carolyn Dean called The Magnesium Miracle is really good. When you read it, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, that I've been feeling like this, or I've had this, or this or that, and it's just really kind of cool. Where when you read something and you look at all the research and you find out like some symptoms that you might be having, your eye is twitching, you're cramping, you're getting these headaches, just little things like that, or you just don't feel right, you have brain fog. It could just be because you're low in magnesium, and most of us are. And the cool thing is it's water soluble, so if you get too much, you just kind of have maybe loose stool or something. It also depends on the type of magnesium. It makes a difference also. But that's a really, really good book to get. And then there is a Dr. James Nicolantonio. He has a good, if you follow him on Instagram, he talks a lot about magnesium too. You can look into his stuff. But magnesium is also wonderful. You definitely, most of us, if you're not going to take anything, that might be one thing that you might want to look into. Do more research on your magnesium. And the glycinate magnesium glycinate is probably one of the easiest to absorb, where you won't get the loose stool and the body will absorb it. And we talked about the detoxing baths. You could do Epsom salts or magnesium flakes and just soak your feet if you don't want to, take any supplements. You can do that because your body will absorb it through your skin. So doing that at night. But it's just those things, these simple things like that are just so easy to do.
And get your ass outside.
Soak your
get
feet
outside in the sunlight.
Yeah.
Try to get out when the morning sun's coming up and watch it come up. Try to watch it go down. These things are profound in your life. Try to get as much sunlight. That's why they're trying to block it out, y'all. It's no joke. I am shouting it from the rooftops that everything is by design. The Most High put it here for our good. And these clowns are here to steal, kill, and destroy it. And they're doing it right in our face. I mean, we talk about this stuff. We're all sitting here with Dell laptops and all these laptops with Windows on it. We talk about Bill Gates. I mean, do you understand what's going on? It's crazy. So just do the best you can. Stay up on your preps. Try to get outside. Get your feet on the ground. Get out of your shoes. If you can't do it physically walking around, maybe you have an ailment or in your chair, take your shoes off. Get out to the edge of the carpet. Get to the grass.
Or the concrete.
And volcanoes, man. If you live by volcano stuff, grounding on that is off the chain. Right? If you live by the beach and the water or the dew in the morning, all this stuff is for real. It's not woo-woo.
Oh, Dawn says, yeah, the wicks they're cotton wicks on our candles.
Cotton wick 100%. Long burning, yo. Oh. Power outage in Texas today. I don't know, y'all. It's right now it's a wild time to be the human. You know what I mean? Like just be careful out there. Read your ingredients on the food you're taking in. Get out of the boxes if you can. You know what I mean? Move towards whole foods. Keep doing what you're doing if you're moving that way, a little bit at a time. Remember, inch by inch makes it a cinch.
Start cooking
yard
from
by
scratch.
yard makes it hard.
Yeah.
Stacy has a cookbook to help you if you're not good at cooking from scratch. I'll leave a link for you guys. offgridwithdougandstacy.com, and then you hit the shop tab. But there's the link right there directly.
So I'm just reading all the So Evelyn says she saw a hummingbird today. So for a lot of you guys, when you have, people feed their birds, put your hummingbird feeders out. Those sounds like the sounds of the birds, the sounds of the hummingbirds, the sounds of nature is very healing for your soul. Sit out, on your front porch like people used to do. You sit out there and just listen to everything. Those things are really good for your body and for your nervous system and for everything. And we really lost touch with what it's like to be human. And being with nature is really important. So maybe that could be a first step for a lot of people. Even just going out. I mean, how many people have a back deck or you don't ever go outside and sit out there or, just kind of start taking in what we have outside, and enjoying the sunset or enjoying the sunrise or feeding some birds, getting a hummingbird feeder. That'll make you get up on your toes. Make sure you're cleaning it out every couple of weeks because they don't want to have dirty water, and just do it. If you have found over the years you've gotten lazy, and you're not moving as much, maybe getting a hummingbird feeder will get you up, cleaning it out, doing things like that. So, just some of these things are really, really powerful. When you can bring, because with these EMFs and things, if you can bring as much nature to you and make your area, like if you're living in an apartment even, or if you're living in a small area, if you have pots with plants around you, you have hanging plants, you have flowers, you have your plants from in the house, you have them in, you have them out, you have them all around you because they're filtering the air for you, and you're having your bird feeders or you're having hummingbird feeders around you and you're bringing nature to you. That's huge. That's very cleaning and cleansing and good for your soul. So that's a great way to start.
King G, if you want to start getting your gut in check, I would start off with a fast. Get a copper cup from Doug and Stacy, so that way you got some digestive pushing going on in the morning. You drink your first drink of water out of the copper cup. And then after you fast and you feel kind of good about that.
Well,
how long?
just wait, just stop a second.
Stacy will tell.
No, well, it depends. I wouldn't recommend, well, on fasting for a lot of people, it depends, what if you have any other issues going on. Like if you're a diabetic, you don't want to fast unless you're having some kind of medical help.
Yeah,
if
some
you have
disclaimers here.
Yeah. So just basically for me, it's very simple. I would make sure that I'm drinking structured water. You could check out the structuring devices at tmhw.net, tmurphyholisticwellness.net. Get a structure for your water. Getting out in the sunlight, which is just huge, because you have to reset your whole entire body. Then I would be starting adding, fermented foods into my diet. So like if you're making it, and just know if you make it yourself, it's going to be very powerful. But if you can't do it, you can buy plenty of fermented foods. If you go to some different health food stores, you can find fermented foods that you can order, as well as, and just have a spoonful or two every day. Start with that. And as you get used to it, then you might want to do it, maybe 2 or 3 times a day. There's kombucha is fermented. You can have kefir, there's yogurt, there's water kefir and milk kefir both. You could add, different types of drinks. Like I'm making this herb soda. You can get my fermenting book. I have drinks in there that you can make, and there's different things you can get made with honey and fermented vegetables. So that's something. If you're doing bread, you could do some sourdough bread, that's fermented, a day or 2 or even 3 days. So just adding those into your daily diet. Just make sure that you're cooking from scratch. And then also doing the intermittent type fasting. So let's say your last meal might be 6 o'clock at night. Maybe you could have your drink out of your copper cup in the morning and then see how long you can go. Maybe you normally eat at 7, maybe try 9, and then maybe go to 10 and maybe 11, and maybe your first meal might be at noon one time, and just kind of alternate, because we don't know when we're eating. It's sort of like the animals, it's like, don't eat exactly at the same time, and then your body has time to clean itself out, making sure you're going to the bathroom. And those are important. Now, another thing that I will say that's been very, very helpful is for a lot of people to start with digestive enzymes. They've been very, very helpful, because most of us, when we eat our food, you don't have the good digestive juices in there just from life and the things that we've done. We don't chew our foods. We're rushing around. You're eating not good foods. So then your food is not able to break it down, and your body, when it gets to the food gets to the small intestines, you're not able to absorb it properly. So taking digestive enzymes could be a really great start. There is a company that I like a lot. It's the Bioptimizers, and it's called Mass Zymes, MASS Zymes. And those are I really like those. So you can check into those, but it's by Optimizers, and it's Mass Zymes, and that's really good. And then that way you'll start helping the gut that way with the digestive enzymes, and then maybe starting some fermented foods, cooking from scratch. And those would be kind of simple things to do in the beginning. Definitely. That's what I would try.
Doug's not sleeping. Doug's reading the comments. See? Oh my goodness, y'all are a trip. I am fully engaged. All right. All right, so the only copper cup we have is 100% copper, and it is the best mug, okay? You can get it right there as the link. I'll read to you, because Stacy loves it when I do this, the benefits of drinking from a copper cup according to Ayurvedic medicine, okay? Whew, and here we go. On an empty stomach, detoxifies and cleanses your digestive system first thing in the morning, and yes, you can drink Soleil water out of it. Copper helps stimulate the stomach muscles to move waste products through the intestine and out of the body. Unlike, don't do liquid copper or anything like that. We're just talking about drinking from a copper cup, and let the water soak in the copper cup overnight, and you drink it in the morning at room temperature. Just a heads up, you guys, don't drink ice cold water or water with ice in it like at the restaurants when you go to eat, because that messes up your whole digestive system. as you sit down and then eat. So don't do that. Copper kills bacteria. The 2 common bacteria that cause serious illness. Copper also helps prevent bacteria that causes diarrhea from drinking bad water. Drinking from a copper cup is also shown to boost the immune system and improve digestion, which I would say it mostly brings you in tune. Drinking from a copper cup and bottle also aids in the production of new cells that help replenish the topmost layers of your skin. Copper is the main component in the production of melanin, the pigment that mitigates the color of your skin, eyes, and hair. Ours are made from the highest quality copper, 100%, and it is welded with nickel, so it's all good, okay, and only the handle it's on the exterior. They do tarnish when you use them, that's normal, and they could dent, because it is 100% copper, it's very soft metal, okay? So you can read more about it there at our link, but it is good for you. And a lot of people have gotten them, and they really enjoy them. All right. Yeah, we don't really suggest you drinking the cold brew chocolate tea in the copper cup.
Cold brew chocolate tea?
Yeah.
Have you done the cold brew?
Yeah, she said it tasted weird. Turned it bitter.
Well,
she couldn't believe it.
Yeah, but have you been doing it without it being in the copper cup?
Yeah, because it was fine then.
Oh, she was doing it? Well, yeah, because I could see how maybe it might, but yeah, I don't know.
Well water's okay to drink. I would have it tested, you gotta just double check and everything. Some people have problems with their wells. That would be a good source if it's properly maintained and good stuff. Spring water. Public water is not safe for consumption, y'all.
I would not, if you have city water,
don't
I would
bathe
do
in it.
Yeah.
Your skin is the largest organ on your body. Don't bathe in it. Don't drink it. Don't brush your teeth with it, especially with fluoride toothpaste, y'all. They have set you up. They have all just set you up. Oh my gosh. It's so crazy.
I drank out my tea so quickly.
Test your well water. We have PFAs, right? That's what I'm saying. You got to do your testing.
I mean, any city water that you're getting from you municipalities, definitely get a filter on your house. I would not trust any of that with a 10-foot pole, and who knows what they can end up putting in your water. A lot of the stuff with the COVID, all that, the water systems, they can do a lot in the water system. So I would put filters on my shower. You can get filters from Home Depot or Lowe's. You can put on your shower filter. You can get filters on your tap. So I definitely would do that.
I remember, man, we did not even have water here, and right after we signed to buy this place 16 years ago, they had the deal with the former guy who owned the place to put the water pipe in, because all these people out here all have wells, and they fought tooth and nail for years to get the stupid rural water. We can't even believe it. So they're coming to put the pipe in. And first I'm telling them, no, you can't even put the pipe in. I'm a new sheriff in town. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give you permission to put no water pipe in my ground over here. And they said, well, we already have permission with the other guy. So I didn't want to go to court with them or nothing. So I let them put the pipe in and everything. And they said, now, do you want your meter in? Like, if you put it in now, it's a lot cheaper and everything. And we did not even have water here. And we said, no, we don't want the water meter. We're not going to hook up to it. Yeah. And they said, even if you get the meter now, you still got to pay $25 a month, even if you don't have any water coming from it.
Well, we don't want the meter.
And look at that, 10 years, right? Let's just say 10 years, it was probably longer, but 10 years, it was probably more like 15. But 10 years of $25 a month, you do the math, right? That's why I can get the bling bling, okay? Because we live like nobody else, so we can live like nobody else. And we don't have no public water. And that pipe runs right down there at the bottom of the homestead there. Yeah, we don't take PayPal. We do not like PayPal. All right? Don't you? Psst, psst, psst. The PayPal Mafia. Don't you guys remember the PayPal Mafia? Who is in the PayPal Mafia? Wow, man. Everyone, the short-term memories are off the chain. All right. Elon was in the PayPal mafia with Thiel. And how come Vance owned a blood sucking company? Right? You can look this stuff up. They owned a blood harvesting company before he was nominated for the vice president, and then he went real quiet on that and sold it, got out of it. Look this stuff up, man. Dang, this is crazy. Yeah, I know. I love that song, Simple Man.
By Leonard Skinner.
Yeah. And also by Charlie Daniels made a Simple Man. I like that one too. Yeah, Peter Thiel and Elon Musk, y'all. This is no joke. They're trying to tout Elon as some big, famous, smart guy. I mean, he has done nothing. It's all smoke and mirrors, man. Man. Yeah, I know they're involved in the blood company. JD's his wife is Indian. You guys don't know about the Indian connection. Go try to look that up, man. There's so many rabbit holes you get turned on to watching this stuff. Doug and Stacy be dropping rabbit holes. You be following in them all during the 1 hour live presentation every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we talked about the farmers in trouble at the beginning of the video, a little bit in the middle, y'all. 12,000 chicks found in a UPS truck. And we talked about
USPS.
USPS truck. And we talked about it too because it's Freedom Ranger Hatchery. They're friends of the channel. Nice Mennonite family over there having all this drama. They still don't have any answers onto what happened. But just like the ballots and everything else, just over there, forgot all about it. Oops. And now many small farms will be affected by this. And then we also shared the story of the ostrich gal who they came out and phony tested her in Canada last year with the PCR and said all these birds are contaminated. We got to euthanize them all. She fought them in court. Here we are 6-8 months later. If they were sickly, they would have died and everything already. And they're healthy, pecking on her during the video I showed you guys. And her heart's broke. These are our farm animals, mean a lot to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
We've
had a fox problem around here.
Yeah, we have.
Foxes have been bad all around here. I keep talking to everyone. A lot of the Amish are having
a lot of
problems.
pressure this year. After 16 years, y'all, we finally got some fox pressure.
Like a lot of pressure. They've really decimated us. I mean, really decimated us. But everyone has to eat, right? We got a very fat fox around here.
Not for long. We were at the university doing the university
night.
live show, y'all, and it was about 8 o'clock. And you know,
I
just cracked my neck like this, and I saw that little sucker run, blip, 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 blip,
going up to our barn.
I said, "There's a fox!" And I had my pistol first, and then I grabbed my rifle, and I was going after him. And I cracked one shot off, and just was right in front of him, getting ready to crack another one, and the 22 jammed on me. Man, my Henry never jams on me. And that thing looked up back at me, and it said, "Pew!" They're fast too, boy. Yeah. Oh. All right, here we go. We're going to answer a few more questions. We've been on here 82 minutes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we're awesome. We love hanging out with you guys every Monday night, 7 p.m.
Oh, yeah, JW said. Yeah, I saw there's a black bear I saw in Lake St. Louis. Did you see it in O'Fallon too?
Any remedies for boosting fertility? One thing for sure is keep your cell phone off your body. Y'all, this thing is becoming part of your body and you don't even know it because you are an electromagnetic field.
3 hours of having your cell phone like down in your pocket or near will reduce your fertility big time.
Big time.
Yeah.
Just 3 hours.
Yeah.
And most people have it in their pocket for days. Rectal cancer is up in young folks now 500%. This is no joke, y'all. And I know you're hearing about all these cancers all of a sudden showing up on people and no one knows. Well, gee, why did they get all these cancers on kids and everybody, turbos and everything? Remember, they took the bio jabs, okay? Just don't ever forget that because that's exactly what's going on here. And everybody was warned and tried to tell everybody and everything else. Phew. Cell phones constantly shocking me. Yes.
Oh, yeah, they shock you. Yeah, yeah.
And they're updating these things like crazy. Holy smokes, y'all. They're doing something behind the scenes while you're patiently waiting. for this thing to pop off. Earbuds. Oh my G, do not wear earbuds. That's like, you might as well put a microwave on the side of your head.
Yep.
It has the same frequencies as the microwave. I was watching a guy in the video today. Do not put those things in your head, and don't wear those Fitbits.
They're getting everybody,
just our opinion,
but they're getting everyone ready to be like that.
The Internet of Things.
Yes,
they're going to monitor your heartbeat. They're going to tell you when you can drive your car. All this stuff is coming.
They'll know when you go to the bathroom. They know when you're going to have sex. They know when you're going to go out the door. They're going to know everything about you. And they're getting everyone's wearing those Fitbits. They want to know what's going on. They're going to know everything about you. You should, and then is producing this electromagnetic frequency in your body. It's not good.
And y'all, the big beautiful bill passed, and inside it was all kinds of sneaky stuff, like bringing us up to 7G. Donald Trump's been tweeting about it the last couple of days. We need 6 and 7G. Those are military grade frequencies that they're putting out on your body. Go look this stuff up. It has nothing to do with your cell phone. It has everything to do with about the spraying and connecting everything up through the Ethernet. Okay? It's not good. We're not going to like it, and more sickness will come. And it's wild.
Angelica says, I think they're sending the extra foxes. Yeah, it's just weird. It's funny how, different animals come out, We have these coyote hunters that come because I guess coyotes are really bad. So that's not as bad as it used to be. And then foxes are everywhere. You're just seeing them out. And now they have their little babies. So the mamas are out hunting during the day. Normally you only see them at night or when the sun kind of goes down. And then in the evening. But now they're coming out all the time.
Self-solution then for flip phones. No, flip phones aren't going to help you either. It's still that same stuff. We got to go back to old school. So there's no landlines anymore. Turn your cell phone on in the morning. Check your messages. Maybe in the afternoon, turn your cell phone on.
Make sure it's
check
on
your messages.
airplane mode.
I would turn it off. I mean, who's everybody getting calls from?
Well, everyone's so used to having.
I know there's 24-hour access and stuff. The phone beeps. You get nervous. It messes with your inner
nervous
being
system
and stuff.
Yeah. I turn. Here's a good one you can do. You can go to your settings on your phone and turn down all of your what do you call it, the notifications and stuff. So you don't have that dinging. Whenever you hear an email or you hear the phone ring or you hear this or that, I turn down my notifications so I don't hear that, because that's really bad for your nervous system. When you just hear that, you're just jumping to it all the time. We're not meant to be go, go, go all the time. That's why people have so many issues, because it's like they're always go, go, going. They need time. They need downtime. So you don't want to be dinging all the time. All right.
All right, you guys. Check out the Missouri Tea Company, offgridwithdougandstacy.com. Hit the shop tab. There's the link directly. Come see Stacy at her women's conference. You won't regret it. It's very limited seating. All the food is included. All food from the farm, prepared fresh. Get your feet in the grass out there. You know what I'm saying? When they're not spraying above you, get out there, get some sunshine.
June is our health month, so we're going to be talking about
next month.
Yes, next month. We'll talk about things that can be very helpful, and a lot of the stuff that Doug and I have been doing that has been helping us with detoxifying, right?
I would not use my phone as an alarm to wake up. You should not have your phone anywhere near you while you're sleeping, so you could hear that alarm, right? Get yourself an old-fashioned alarm clock.
Yeah, you can get one that you wind up.
I mean, come on, y'all.
Ding, 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 ding.
They're training us in so much on these phones to get us so involved with these phones in every aspect of our lives. Don't do it.
Yeah, you can get even this old battery phone, the battery clocks too. Yeah, plenty of them. You go to a lot of the Amish stores, they have all that stuff. They have all different kinds of cool, like alarm clocks that you set.
Clean my gun, Doug. My guns stay clean, yo. Except my pistol, because it's a farm pistol. But I clean it every once in a while, but it's ready to pop it. Oh, you're talking about the 22? No, it was just a shell jam for some reason. I don't know if maybe I double snigged with the handle a little bit, but my Henry's on the money. That's why I love it. I got several Henrys. And he will not escape again. If I see him around there again, he's done. Yeah, there are still landlines out there.
Oh, and then the other thing, we're talking about when you do the checking, with the frequencies and stuff on the cell phones.
Yeah.
The Samsung compared to the Apple.
Yeah, the Apple's off the chain.
It's so much higher than the Samsung. So just by switching your phones can make a little bit of a difference.
At the conference, we had a gal who rolled up in her Tesla. If you're watching, we love you. And we had a guy there who had all of his fancy meters. And I said, hey, man, go out there with her Tesla and check it out and show her what she's riding around in. Maybe she'll change her mind. And so he's out there, and I see him over there, and I go over there to check it out. And he said, dude, we're getting some 8 million readings out here, and we haven't even gotten into the car yet. He said, she has an Apple phone, and that thing is blinging the meter like nobody's business. But he said the Samsung phone is like 400, and the Apple phone was like 8 million. It was off the chain. And then she was on the phone, and she put her foot up on the truck, on their car, on the Tesla, and her girlfriend was like, hey, check her now. She's on the phone, and she's got her foot on the car. Oh, my word, y'all. We have been so bamboozled. Like, they're literally getting us to voluntarily take ourselves out. And we're doing it in the name of convenience. Oh, my gosh. While they're telling us about Fruit Loops and stuff, right? They could be taking these vaccines off of the plate. All these kids are getting injured every day from this stuff. Dang it. If you guys want to get some raw milk, go to rawmilkfinder.com. So you guys can get your own raw milk and make your own yogurt and kefir and all that stuff. Yeah, bamboozled. The sun ovens are available. I think they have just a few left, Robert. Don't joke around. I mean, everyone was listening. They gobbled them up. There's a few left, maybe. I'll leave the link for you guys. Go to Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. Hit the shop tab for a sun oven. They're going to stop selling it in the U.S. of A for a while. They're going to focus on third world problems. So I'll leave that right here for you. Sun.
And then Shauna wants to know, do we have any tips on growing sweet potatoes? So the big thing with the sweet potatoes, when you have them, when you first plant them in your ground or in the bed, just water them every day. You want to water them until they can get established. And then you can start seeing they're going to start looking a lot better. Sometimes right after you plant the slips or you plant them, or if you buy the little packs from the store, it takes a little for them to kind of get their roots stabilized and ready to go to grow. And you'll start seeing them looking pretty good. And then usually for me, if it rains, if you're not getting any rain, you're gonna have to water them once in a while, but they're just gonna start growing and go crazy, and you don't have to do anything. They can take the heat of summer. It's a wonderful green. When you're in the heat of summer and none of your lettuces will grow because it's way too hot, that's a nice green, and it stays green. You can get those leaves, you can saute them in butter or some onions, and it's just amazing. So that's a green that you can keep in your garden when it's nothing else really can grow that well. And they're pretty good. It's just the beginning. You got to give them some water. They need that water at the beginning for the first, couple weeks. And then after that, I just let the rain get them. Unless, you're in a drought or something, I would make sure they get a little water once a week. But then they'll be fine. They're so simple to grow.
And then the big, beautiful bill was that the states cannot regulate AI. Okay? Like for some bunch of years. They always pass these big stinky bills because that's where they stuff all their big stinky BS. We need to be having line by line, this bill can pass. That's how you're supposed to do it. Not this freaking monstrosity, big, beautiful BS in the middle of the night and then make people stay there until they vote for it. This is all ridiculous clown world stuff. You know what I'm saying? Can I get an amen? Come on. All right. So that's all for you guys tonight. Stay vigilant out there. The most capable hand is at the end of your wrist. Share this video with your friends. We had a lot of good information in here, even the middle and the end. A lot of good information always when you tune in Monday Night Live, and all of our videos for free on YouTube. And we hope to see you at Stacy's conference. You got anything for him?
Nothing. Just look forward to our health month of June 2025. We are going to take our health back, and we're going to help our bodies detoxify and be better functioning.
Because Kennedy Jr. is not going to help you do that. I'm just here to tell you guys.
You have to be in charge of you.
That's right. And we're going to help guide you along. We can only share things that work good for us. Stacy's 84. I'm 63. You know, we're doing it. No. But we are, you know, I'm 50. I don't even know what I am these days. 8? Is it 8?
I don't know. I think you are.
Yeah, 58 this year in October. And you're 60. What is it?
62.
Oh my gosh, 62.
Look.
And we're vibrant. We get out there. We do the thing. Actually, I feel pretty good. I haven't felt this good in many, many years. The last bunch of years, we've been very feeling good. I healed fast from my broken ribs. If you guys are new around here, we were building a mama log cabin over here on the backside of the property. We got her out of the city. I fell and broke 5 of my ribs, 1 in 3 places. I healed up pretty good from that. We didn't even go to the doctors, really. Just went to the chiropractor.
I will say, okay, so you guys got to still check out Amanda Vollmer about the DMSO. When that happened,
we used the DMSO.
No. I wish I would have known more about that.
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't.
Well, we did use a little, didn't we?
No, I didn't use the DMSO. I wish I would have known a little.
But we did use Dr. Christopher's bone and tissue thing.
No, that was all great. Yeah.
And we used some.
But I'm saying initially, even with the pain and stuff. Yeah.
We drink ceramic mugs from Ayers Pottery. You can look it up online. AYERS Pottery in Hannibal, Missouri.
If you go and leave them a message, say you heard it from Off Grid with Jack and Stacy. We love our Ayers Pottery friends.
Come on, Teresa. Come on. Go to the women's conference for your birthday.
Yeah. You'll have a good time.
My birthday's October 7th. You guys remember that now. Oh, my goodness, y'all. Okay. All right, we're out of here. Deborah, you're late, and we're leaving. But that's the beauty of it. You can always watch the rerun. Leave your comments down below if you're watching the rerun. We'll try to answer them for you as well. Stay vigilant out there. Dr. Leo's coming up on Wednesday, so we have another interesting video for you guys on the bees.
Yes, I can't wait. I was looking so forward to it. Yes, I love it when Dr. Leo comes up.
All right. And make sure you share the video with your friends. Hit that thumbs up on the way out if you didn't. I'm sure you got some kind of value in it. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Oh, man, hold on. Let's get out of here. We're going to see Stacy ferments that she worked. I know. These are some of the ferments that she worked today on. This is it, and this is how we do it, y'all.
I got cabbage, and I got cauliflower.
The mason tops are on our link, too. You can get the mason top lids. So that's why we do multiple ferments. That's why we try to keep it easy, keep it simple.
Here, let me show them.
There's some beautiful stuff there. Oh, Stacy, there's some. We had rice yesterday. Stacy never cleaned up our rice dinner.
And then I have my asparagus.
You don't want to see it now. You got to come over here.
There's my asparagus from my garden.
All right, there's asparagus from our garden. Hold on, show the asparagus again, because y'all, that's a big deal. We tried for years to grow asparagus in our garden, and now we do. We got it very nice.
And I have some radishes from the garden.
It's also beautiful.
And here today, these are my first cauliflowers from the garden.
Yep.
So
y'all, we're out there doing it. It's no joke, and you can do it too.
Yay!
All right, see you guys on the next video. There's our studio. All right, y'all, stay vigilant.